The three-day ceasefire in Gaza expires in just a few hours, and Hamas is threatening to resume firing rockets at Israel as soon as the deadline passes. Israel says it will fire back. Since the fighting broke out 1 month ago, 67 Israelis have been killed, as have more than 1,900 Palestinians, including at least 429 children. We wondered what it's like to grow up in a war zone. We're going to look at this from both sides of the war tonight. Charlie D'Agata is in Tel Aviv, but we'll begin with Clarissa Ward in Gaza. Clarissa?
Good evening, Scott. Well, more children have been killed here in Gaza in the last 2 months than in the past 2 major conflicts with Israel combined. And aid workers estimate that hundreds of thousands of children have been traumatized.
There aren't many places left to play in Gaza. Playgrounds, schools, the amusement park have been smashed. Nearly a quarter of the Palestinians killed this month were children. Thousands more were injured. At the Shifa hospital, the pediatric ward is still packed. Brothers Mohammed, Omar, and Musab Wahdan were all seriously burned and wounded by shrapnel when the house they were sheltering in was hit. Their mother was killed in the strike. Their relatives have decided not to tell them for now. 5-year-old Musab told us he isn't afraid of the bombs, but he shares the vacant stare of so many here. Doctors say as soon as these children are stable, they will have to be cared for at home. For many, there is no home to go to.
I'm Charlie D'Agata in the Israeli town of Hadera, where 5-year-old Afek and his 2 little sisters have been away from their home for a month. Their parents, Kobe and Shira Revivo, fled from the Gaza border to northern Israel, trying to dodge Hamas rockets.
I am a refugee. I am completely a refugee.
Last week, a rocket fell in a playground not far from their home. But most Israeli border children have stopped playing outside. They play indoors, never far from bomb shelters.
I can see my daughter, she's afraid from many things. So we understand that this is a side effect of the situation that she lives in.
But Shira says she realizes the situation is much worse in Gaza.
As a mother, what do you think when you see the pictures of children or you hear the news of the children?
Of course I'm sad, but I don't want them to kill my children first.
Shira told us she has no intention of taking her children back home anytime soon, certainly not until they see whether this ceasefire will be extended, Scott. But judging from past history, there's not much optimism.
Charlie D'Agata in Tel Aviv, Clarissa Ward in Gaza City, thank you both.